Hello everyone. I hope you and your near and dear ones are keeping good health in these challenging times. COVID-19 and the associated circumstances have created disruptions for every walk of life, including the much sought after and loved classroom mode of learning. But these circumstances also give us an opportunity to rethink and re-engineer the way we do things, and then put our heart and soul to making these new methods work. I'm Vignesh Sivakumar from Phoenix Financial Training, here to share a few tips to study your way to success in the ACCA Strategic Professional level exams. So what do you need to do to ensure that you put good use of the e-learning platforms and methods of study and achieve success in your exams? First, you need to start with a plan. And starting with a plan would mean on a weekly basis laying out the course content, the learning objectives that you intend to cover, the examples you intend to work through. And this is exactly what is being done for you by your Phoenix tutors in the form of the weekly study guide. And it is important that when a plan is there for you, you do your best to stick to it. Second, understand the expectations of the examiner. While there may be numerous topics and content to be covered, it is important you know how certain topics get tested. And this is where you need to trust the process, take advice from the expert tutors on how topics get examined, so you can pay more attention to those critical areas, those areas that are important for exam success, those areas that are frequently tested. Third, be consistent. Consistency matters, especially when you are learning through remote platforms. It is important that we keep on top of the plan, because as weeks pass by, if we don't stay on top of the plan, the task becomes largely unmanageable. Whereas if you keep at it, keep studying 20 minutes, 30 minutes, spread out your learning, which you are now able to because you can watch some of the content, you can review some of the topics that you're expected to study during a week, every single day of the week. Fourth, check your progress. And what does this mean? There are times, there are weeks when we tend to fall behind. There are other challenges that tend to creep in. It's important we play the catch-up game ASAP. So track your progress. See how far behind you are. See whether you've done all the practice questions. And more importantly, consistently engage with the questions that are being set for you to do as homework, and where possible you can get marked feedback from the tutors. So you know if you are learning and preparing yourself well enough for the exams. Fifth, engage with your tutors. And that goes back to the earlier point about sending them questions for marked feedback. Constantly stay in touch. You have access to your tutors through WhatsApp, your weekly webinar sessions. Make an effort to participate in those sessions, because then you can ask questions, you can understand the exam relevance of topics. And do not hesitate to ask a question. The tutors are here to help you. And the earlier you ask your question, the faster you make progress. Select a strategy and study space that works for you. When you're not in a classroom, this is a massive challenge. Finding the space and the discipline to be studying. Now, what works for one person may not work for another. Some of you may be early learners. You might want to be studying at 6 a.m. in the morning. So set the discipline, find that space. Some of you might find it easier to study during the day. Identify what works for you. See how you're effective. Identify ways in which you can go beyond certain distractions that may be there when you're studying at home, at workplace. When there are distractions, it's important you find out what works best for you and you consistently keep doing it so that you make fast progress. And finally, and most importantly, when you're not engaging with the tutors in a live classroom, it's important to stay motivated. Now, you will all appreciate that when so much of disruption is happening around us, we are all blessed that we actually still have the opportunity to continue learning. And it's important to remind us of this opportunity and responsibility that rests with you to make good use of the time, to make good use of the resources that are at your disposal. And when you feel short of motivation, when you feel short of energy, when you feel there's a lack of urge to study, speak to your tutors. We are here to help you. And when you're able to put all these elements together, put a plan, stick to it, consistently stay on top, understand the examiner's expectations, constantly monitor your progress, and don't let yourself fall behind. Engage with the tutors, talk to them constantly, seek their help to motivate yourself and identify a plan that works for you and stick to it. Success will follow. And this is exactly what we at Phoenix Financial Training want. Remember, we are in this together.